There's Jethro here on TCR Radio. TTR, and what's TTR for?
TCR, Tiverton Community Radio.
Okay. This is Jethro on, what is it?
TCR Radio.
TCR. There's Jethro here. We're live on TCR Radio.
Hey!
Look at that.
That's beautiful.
That's unbelievable, wasn't it?
Steve Lodge here, TCR Radio, talking to Jethro, who is live here at Tiverton Community Arts Theatre this evening. Jethro, it's great to have you back.
And nice to see you. And you're looking well. You've grown a lot of hair since I've seen you last.
Thank you very much. The irony not lost on you. I mean, coming across the border from Cornwall to Devon must be a hard thing to cope with.
I'm going to be back before midnight, you see. Yeah.
This is the third time you've played at Tiverton.
Could be, I think. I've been here before, definitely. Yeah, it's just up the road, isn't it? Last week we was in Surrey on the Saturday. A lot of difference, isn't it? And with all that traffic, the traffic just lately have got horrendous. We went to Evesham. Took us 6 hours to go to Evesham. I mean, it was ridiculous. But Tiverton isn't too bad. We came through Credit and we took the back road.
And I mean, the Tiverton audience, they love you. You've sold out 3 times. I mean, they must be a good audience to play to.
Yeah, they are all there. Well, they haven't got their brains not to be, you know. They love nonsense. And people do love nonsense, you know. I mean, I'm not that, but I never effing or see, never have. And people say they've seen me do it. I promise you, never have. But people love just nonsense stuff, you know. A man once told me that anybody that think onions make your eyes water, I've never been hit in the face with a turnip. Lovely, absolute nonsense. Nonsense, yeah. Oh yeah, they're lovely, and they know what they're going to hear here tonight. You must still get a kick out of performing. I was in Newark, and there was 5 old ladies in the front row. They was all gone 85, probably all widows. They'd all piddled themselves without a doubt. And I look at them 5 and thought, how can I ever stop doing this? And I thought, I wonder who's enjoying this most, them or me? I would just glow, and seeing them all girls laugh like that, you never get fed up seeing that. That's like a joy, and I can see it now in my mind, and you'll never get fed up with that. But you never get too confident with this job, because you can make audiences laugh time after time after time, and stand-up audiences time after time, but just around the corner there'll be one that's sticky, and it always happens. So you never go full of confidence, you know. I mean, I went to last Saturday night, went to Surrey. There was a private gig on a farm, big do. They farmed thousands of acres of it, and they had a big do, but they didn't know how to put a show together, you know. And it was in a barn, and it was an open-sided barn, and just don't work, doesn't it? You know, if you have your big ends put in the car, you go to a mechanic. Have your hair cut, you go to a hairdresser. But everybody think they can put a show together, and it didn't work.
I mean, you bring your own PA kit and so on with you as well. I mean, do you feel confident that you can rely on your own kit?
Oh yes, yeah. I've always done my own kit, always. And we go to some theatres, say you use the house kit. I said no, I know exactly what I'm going to hear. You've got to be. It's a lot of things can go wrong when you're on stage. And you've got to get everything right you can before. You're still in the lap of the gods, but you know that, generally speaking, most of what can go wrong won't go wrong. So you're a little bit of confidence, you know. But, you know, they're coming in, they can be lovely people, and they'll all have a chat to you on the way in. But when you get in there, it could be a different story. But you can't make people laugh in the daylight. You never see a window in a theatre. In the daylight, you cut your laughing by a quarter. And if they get too hot in a theatre, that'll stop people laughing as well.
How does that relate to TV? Because you've done a lot of TV work in
They're in a room, in a studio, with 4 walls, and they're in a confined area. And every light that's in there is artificial light. I mean, when I bought the club down in Leeuwarden, the first thing I did was build up all the windows, so I could light them as I wished to light them. And the crowd used to be in the dark, and people don't feel intimidated in the dark because they can't be seen, and they laugh more. And if you get a theatre like Evesham is a beautiful, it's only a little theatre on the school, but it's sort of semicircular, and you've got banks going away like an amphitheatre, you know, and one side can see the other side laughing, and vice versa, and they just keep laughing. If you can't make them laugh in Evesham, then you can't make them laugh. They are gorgeous up there. Well, these will be lovely here too.
I hope so. I mean, what does the future hold for you? I mean, you enjoy gigging so much that you're just going to keep doing it?
I should keep going as long as I can. I'm 69 now. I'm very old. I can remember when the Dead Sea was reported sick. I mean, I do go back that far. One day I'll have to give it up, yeah. I'd love now to go into a club in Cornwall, a club or a pub, and see a young comic struggling and give it all to him. And then I could sit and watch him and help him. But you can't do it, can you? You just can't do it. I can't even teach it. I haven't got the academic ability to teach it. I've tried it, but I can't get through at all. So I suppose when you're half bunkers, which you've got to be to do my job, then you're a one-off, you know.
I mean, you say you're 69, but you're looking really fit, and I know you do. You play golf and you keep busy.
Walk a lot. Walk a lot. Yeah, and I farm and I build and I work every day. Every day. I had a holiday 27 years ago. They took me to Portugal. I've never been so bored in my life. Sitting by a pool, I ended up laying paving slabs in front of the hotel. And the Portuguese couldn't understand a word I said. But I took the job over because I'm a carpenter by trade, really. And they was all to bits with the way they put in these tiles down. So anyway, we straightened that job. And the manager of the hotel said, if you'll stay for the summer, I'll pay your bed and board. Yeah, but I was glad to come home. I'm not a good traveller. Okay.
No, so I mean, absolutely. If you're trying to take life a bit easier, I mean, staying local, these sort of local gigs is your bread and butter, really, isn't it?
Well, the thing is, I've done so many all over the country for years, the bigger theatres, you know, and now I do little one. This isn't the biggest. I don't know what it's 400, 300, 400. What is it? Yeah, just up the road, isn't it? Fine, about Thursday night. You know, I don't know where we go after this. I wouldn't know. I really wouldn't know. We'd be working somewhere next week, but I'll worry about that when the time comes.
And you play golf, but you also shoot as well, I think. And
shoot, yeah, I've all my life. I run a club down there now. Yeah, you don't shoot like I used to. The eyesight isn't what it was, you know. I mean, I went into the optician and they said, have you ever had your eyes checked? I said, no, they've always been brown. Nonsense, isn't it? Yeah, I still enjoy that. Well, the people that I shoot with I've known them for 40 years, you know. They've been old friends for years. And yeah, that's about my pleasure, really.
I mean, you're saying that it's difficult for you to teach young comedians, and we get quite a lot of young comedians coming to Comedy Hall. I mean, if there was just a piece of advice, what you've learnt, you know, what you take away with you that you'd give them.
I do watch all the comedy on television, and I wouldn't tell anybody they should be laughing at. If they find it funny, it's comedy. If it's funny, it's comedy. But I can't see it. I can't see it. There isn't a story to tell. You couldn't pick up a story from them and go down the pub and tell it and become a comic for a short time. But for the people that love it, and they do love it, think that's great with me, and I watch it every night. But why? I mean, I sat down at Christmas, and Jenny, my partner, was just sitting, and she said, "You've laughed more in the last half an hour, and you've laughed all Christmas." And you know what I was watching? Dad's Army. She said, you had a smile on your face, and you've laughed out loud for half an hour. So that's your comedy, isn't it?
I couldn't agree more. Jethro, I mean, I'm really glad you've given us 5 minutes of your time. That's been superb. And I know that you love mixing with the audience, and I guess you're going to go in there and start mixing.
Yeah, I'll have a look at all them now. Yeah.
Great. Thanks very much.
Absolutely. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much. That's Jethro outside of Tiverton Community Arts Theatre, now going in to chat with all the punters, and we'll have a word with a few ourselves too. We're in the foyer, and I'm here with a couple of guys who, I know one at least is a regular here at Comedy Hall. Who are you?
Dave Hart.
And who are you?
I'm Phil Coker.
Hello, Dave and Phil. So you're here to see Jethro. I mean, are you big Jethro fans?
Yeah. A bit of a baller game one after seeing him last time he played here. So yeah, really good fun.
I mean, you like comedy of all sorts, and Jethro can be a bit close to the bone. I mean, how do you find that sort of comedy?
Yeah, I was aching from last time actually. I don't think I'd laughed so much at one of the shows in quite a while. So yeah, really pleased to see him here again.
I mean, what sort of comedy do you like, Phil? I mean, is close to the bone a bit lewd?
Yeah, that's my thing really. I did try and get tickets before when Jethro was here, and unfortunately couldn't get any. So I managed to wrangle some, and I brought my dad as a bit of a Father's Day present. So should be good. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And how old are you, may I ask?
82.
82. And you've been a Jethro fan, what, for years?
Yeah, I have. Never seen him before, not in the flesh. I got a load of his videos. Yeah.
So you're a big fan. I mean, it's great to see you here. I hope you enjoy the show, and thanks for talking to me.
Thanks very much.
Young guy here, looking very young indeed, and you wouldn't expect that with Jethro's type of audience. So who are you?
I'm Zion Love. I'm from Haverley.
Okay, that's quite a long way to come. So you're a big Jethro fan?
I don't know. I've never seen him before, so this is the first time. My granddad seems to like him, so I thought I'd come and see what all the commotion's about, to be honest.
Well, let's ask Granddad. I mean, what do you love about Jethro?
Vulgarity. Just the type of comedy. Modern comedy is no longer funny. I like the comedy from the 60s and the 70s, the Jim Davidsons, the Jethros. Yeah.
And have you seen Jethro live before?
No.
So your experience of Jethro is from the telly, but I mean he's not been on telly recently, has he? But he seems to endure.
My experience of Jethro is videos every year for Christmas. Yeah. And being an ex-serviceman, I do appreciate that type of humour. Yeah.
And so, having heard what Grandad thinks, are you looking forward to listening to Jethro yourself?
I'm looking forward to see what he's got. I don't really know what to expect at this point, but yeah, it should be interesting.
So I'm talking to another couple here who've come to see Jethro. What's your name and what are you expecting from tonight's show?
Yvonne Trick, a bit of laughter.
Have you seen Jethro before?
Yes, a few years ago in Exeter.
And you loved him?
Yes.
So that's why you're back?
To see a bit more of him. Yeah, he's a bit, he can be a bit, how can I put the word, crude sometimes, but it's fun and laughter and yeah.
That's good. I mean, do you like comedy in general? Is Jethro's type of comedy something that you just like?
Yes, very much, yeah.
What about television? Do you think television, you get the same experience? Because there's nothing quite like live entertainment, is there?
No, I have. Well, I think Jethro is the only ones that actually we've been to see live. But it is, how can I put it? It's being there at the time, present, the atmosphere at the time.
Yeah. I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you.
Now, I've had a week. I wrote to Jonathan Ross and said, can I appear on your show? And he wrote back and he said, no, you can't. And he couldn't even spell can't. And I said, my wife's garden and my wife is an ugly fat bastard. In fact, madam, she's worse than you. No, she isn't. She said, Jeffrey, I'm sweating, I went in for a shower. Well, I could see her up in the bathroom. Well, I couldn't find the bloody rake. I said, where's the rake? What? I said, where's the rake? What? I said, sign language. I need the rake. And she went, what the hell's that? Stupid cow. I did it again. I said, I need the rake. And she did it again. I went in the bathroom. I said, you stupid bloody woman. I said to you, I need the rake. She said, I know. And I said, I left it behind the bush. I wouldn't walk in while you're performing. I gotta say though, your taste is a lot better than hers.
So we're outside the hall now, and a load of people coming out, and it's busy, lots of smiles on different faces. And sir, did you enjoy the show?
Yes, it was fantastic.
Excellent. And what's your name and where are you from?
I'm Dominic and I'm from Tiverton.
Okay, and what best part of the show? I mean, just the atmosphere?
Well, just the atmosphere and just seeing Jethro. He's been going for 45 years. I'm only 45, but I've known him for at least 30 years of my life, and that's why I've come here tonight to see him.
And is this the first time you've seen him live?
Yes, it is, yeah.
And would he come back again?
Oh, most definitely.
That's good to hear. Thanks very much. Cheers.
I read a lot about Jethro, and obviously I saw him once on a Jim Davidson show, I believe. But I thought he was very good tonight, and he was not as raw as I thought he would be.
And are you from Tiverton?
Yes, I'm from Tiverton, yes.
And so Jethro, coming from Cornwall, I mean, he's crossed the border. Is that a problem?
Terrible, yes, terrible problem. But he was out tonight having a drink with the audience, you know, before the show started. So I thought it was very good, because you don't get that personal stuff from a lot of people. But Jethro was very nice. He was out having a chinwag with people. It was a good show.
Could we tempt you back with different sorts of comedy? I mean, is comedy a love of yours?
We always have good comedy. We always have good shows at Tiverton, and I like the tribute bands, Talon in particular, and I like the Chatty Man, whatever he is called, I can't remember. And you've caught me on the hop now. But I've seen a lot of people down here, and it's good.
It's live entertainment. It's great, isn't it?
It's great. Yeah, absolutely super.
Thanks for talking to me. Thank you. And where have you come from, Gavin?
From Southampton.
Oh, it's a long way to travel to see Jethro. You must really love him.
I love him. I've seen him 4 times before, but I love him. I'll see him every time. Love it.
And what did you think of the show?
Fantastic. Brilliant.
I can see you're lost for words, but I mean that's how awesome Jethro is, right?
He is. He's different every single time. I'm completely lost for words. He was brilliant.
And what do you make of Tiverton as a venue?
I've never been to Tiverton before, but it's lovely, picturesque. We're staying in a lovely hotel. The school's fantastic, lovely little personal venue. And we've really loved it.
And I hear you might come back and see Andrew Maxwell.
We are going to come back and see Andrew Maxwell. We're booked.
Gavin, we'll see you in September. Thanks very much.
Here's Jethro here on TCR Radio.